Hi, and we're back. So I wanted to go over the essay for research paper final draft rubric with you, just as I would if we were in class together. So as you can see, I've separated this into all these different categories, and I just wanted to go over a few of them with you, the ones that are very unique to this assignment in particular. So the first one is using argument. So to earn all the points, the writer uses a highly effective argumentative tone. So this means that you don't want to write an informative paper, you want to write an argumentative one. So you need to come up with reasons for why your point of view is right and make sure that you are actually proving why your point of view is correct throughout. That's what I mean by argumentative tone. And frames discussion around defending a claim throughout 100% of the paper. That also means that you're going to need to include opposing viewpoints, right? Because you are defending. There's nothing to defend your argument against if you're not including naysayers. So that's going to be really important here. If you do this with a skillful rebuttal, right? So you're not only including opposing viewpoints, but then you're also rebutting them. If you're doing that, then you are doing the job and you will get all 10 points for this category. Let's move on to thesis statement. Okay, so I told you on the assignment sheet what the thesis statement should include. So if you want to earn all the points for a thesis statement, that means that you should have a clear argument that is made and contains 3 out of 3 of the following. 1, a responsible party. 2, what should happen. And 3, the author's attitude toward the subject matter. Okay, so all 3 of these things really need to be there. Of course, in your thesis statement and your claim, you're going to have the grounds, right? Which is what I told you on the assignment sheet. Of course, you have to have that. But it also needs to be really clear how you feel about this thing that you're presenting to your reader. It should appear at the end of your introduction paragraph. Now, what if your introduction is 2 paragraphs? That's very possible for a paper of this length. If that's the case, just make sure that you put it at the end of the last introductory paragraph. Okay, moving on to topic sentences. So each body paragraph must have clear topic sentences that direct the reader into what you're talking about. Really, each body paragraph should be dedicated to each reason that you're presenting for why your opinion is right. So these are, in other words, the grounds. The argument should be clearly supported by at least 3 main points in the form of topic sentences. Okay, so that means that maybe for some main points that you have, maybe you'll have more than 1 paragraph, per point. Maybe you'll have 2 paragraphs per point or 3. That's fine. However long you need to talk about a certain thing, however long you need to establish the grounds, do it and do it well, right? Do it meaningfully. But as long as you have 3 different grounds or 3 different key points to support why, these are the reasons why your point of view is correct, okay? So topic sentences. Next category is elaboration, using evidence and research. Okay, so through you doing this analysis, I'm looking for you really to elaborate upon the research that you present. It's never enough to just present that research, and we will talk about this when we talk about integrating sources, which is coming up in 1 to 2 weeks. So this is saying that when you include research, when you include sources from other people, that you're not just kind of dropping them in, but you're actually working them into your writing, that you're actually providing a thorough analysis and elaboration upon your claim and the sources that you include. You should supply sufficient evidence and research to support the claim and the reasons that you're presenting. Okay, so that's that category. Organization, cohesion, redundancy. I lumped all of these together. As long as what you've written feels cohesive, it just needs to all make sense together. So I've put here, all paragraphs proceed logically because the writer has used transitions between ideas. Even when ideas are seemingly disparate, the writer has found a transitional bridge to connect them. So essentially, you don't want any space in your essay to be wasted. Everything that you say should have a direct tie to the claim. If it doesn't, then why is it there? And maybe it shouldn't be there. Okay, so that's something that I'll be looking at when I'm reading everyone's papers. And then, of course, you are familiar with these last three paragraphs or these last three categories because they're in every single rubric that I create for your assignments: grammar, MLA, APA style, and mechanics. Okay, so for grammar, you know the rule. It's the same. 0 to 2 mistakes, you're still going to get all the credit. Between 2 and 4, so on and so forth. We've been there and done that. Let's move on to MLA and APA style. Usually, I don't give this a category all by itself, but in this paper, it's extremely important, just like it was extremely important in Essay 3. This is your research paper. This is the big hurrah at the end. So you should have MLA and APA style down by now. Those formats should be flawless. So if you don't have any errors, you're getting all the points. This also includes you including a full works cited page with 10 sources. Remember, that's the minimum. It's in the instructions on the assignment sheet, and I've been reminding you of this since Essay 3. So don't forget now. Make sure that you include at least 10 outside sources in that works cited page or bibliography. You do not need annotations for this particular works cited or bibliography for your Essay 4. You can leave the annotations out. They don't need to be there. If you make 1 to 3 errors, I'm taking off a few points. If you make 4 to 6 errors, I'm taking off even more points. So MLA and APA is very high stakes in this type of assignment. And then lastly, mechanics. You know my rules with this. No errors, you get all the points. 1 to 3, you're missing a couple points, and so on and so forth. This has not changed from other assignments. So that's the grading rubric for Essay 4.